Good morning. It is Friday the 13th. There, we said it. Friday, February 13th. And you are 90 days out from May 14th. I was yesterday. I had Nathan in here, wildly distracted. We're not good for each other. We're wonderful for each other. Although I was distracted, could have looked it up, didn't look it up, but I'm like, God willing, it will fall to today. So we are 90 days out from May 14th. We are 90 days out from Red Day. Red Day is always, capital L, always falling on the second Thursday in May. So May 14th will be Red Day. It is our day of service. Red stands for renew, energize, donate. So it's our international day of service. Keller Williams Market Centers across the Marble will close for the day. Our staff is also on site. So the offices are obviously accessible for you as an agent, but we want everyone to join us for our project. What is our project for this May 14th, you ask? I'm not important enough to know yet. Truth be told, we have not yet made a decision on what the project is. As soon as we know something, we'll fight about it internally, and then we'll let you know what we're going to be doing. Now, listen, I've been fighting for beach cleanup since 1938. Jennifer Vachon is going to die on the hill that we did it way back when, and it was raining out. We did a project in Dover, building a house in a monsoon. So the rain should not scare us away from the beach. And the reason I say this, and I've got a small group of people that are on my side with this one. The reason I say this is, I promise you, because it's going to happen again. I'm not am I infamous for throwing stuff out into the ether and making it true? Yeah. What my mother would always say. Shirley Lindsay always says, Timothy, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you put out there is going to happen. Yes. And so that's why I'm talking about beach cleanup. I'm fighting for our greatness because we end up, and this will happen again because it always does. There'll be heavy equipment involved. There'll be chainsaws involved. There'll be an ambulance on site just in case. We without fail cannot help ourselves, and we always bite off more than we can chew. Which is fine because there's a lot of us and we always do a great job. My point is, what if just 1 year we did beach cleanup? I know, JV, we did it years ago when it rained. What if we did it once more? And everybody just like Windex to sea chicken. You pick up a couple of errant straws, maybe a plastic spork, whatever they call them. And we call it a day. Like, what if we were done in 2 or 3 hours? And there were no injuries, and we were having lunch. I mean, I've talked to a market center. There's market centers on the East Coast, like down in South Kakalaka, North Kakalaka. They're like, oh, yeah, we've got a 2-mile stretch of beach. That's our project every year, and I think that's brilliant. They start around 9:30. They're done by 12. Everybody's having fish tacos and hagaritas. Nobody's crying. I'm making it sound worse than it is, but I promise you, there'll be heavy equipment. There's always heavy equipment. So we do these big projects. What you need to know is if you've never done Red Day, there's going to be something for everyone to do. If you want to, and I'm just going to pick a general project, like, hey, if you want to help lay floor, you'll be able to do that. If you want to paint, you'll be able to do that. We've gone to shelters in the past and taken care of the space and made it nicer for the animals. We have done all sorts of stuff, children's homes. So we don't know what the project is yet. And we will know, obviously, because we need to know before May 14th. So we'll be working on that quite a bit in the coming weeks when we get back. Because next week, of course, we leave for Atlanta. For those of you going to family reunion in Atlanta, that is next weekend. We'll be exiting the staff members that are heading down. We'll be taking off a little bit just after school on Friday. So we'll be here all next week. We take off Friday night, and that takes place Saturday's Gary CEO Mastermind. There's still some availability. I don't know if the Mastermind sold out. There's still probably a few tickets for Atlanta. And you can probably find them online, too. I know if you go on FaceSpace and just punch in 2026 KW Family Reunion, you'll probably find a lot of places where people are selling their tickets because stuff comes up and gets in the way, and people can't go for whatever reason. The sessions then run Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you could head out Tuesday night, or we're heading back on Wednesday, and then we'll be back in the building. But that's that event. That's happening next weekend into the week. That starts, we'll be heading out Friday on the 20th, a week from today. So all that being said, then we'll have more information about Red Day. And I just took 6 minutes explaining Red Day because we're 90 days out from Red Day. So May 14th is 90 days from today. Just go on your calendar and circle that. Block yourself off. It is a full day event. Also super cool, if you're familiar with the Honor Society, you get, because we call it a full day, so we call it an 8-hour day. So you get 8 points for Honor Society for being part of the situation too. And Honor Society's a whole thing where we track what you're doing and you earn points and you have a chance to win a 25% reduction in your next year's cap, which this past year, our first Honor Society member was Alice Kabaki. So she now has a 25% reduction on her next year's cap. So that's that. Just talked a lot about Red Day, but it is coming and it'll be here before you know it. So circle that. Thursday, May 14th, our day of service here at Keller Williams, Coastal Lakes and Mountains. The DTD2, you're doing the database 2. That's what it stands for. It sounds like, I know, it sounds like a Star Wars character. It's not. I mean, Gary loves Star Wars, if you haven't figured that out. Gary loves Star Wars. Nate loves Star Wars. You're probably not going to escape it. If you love Star Wars, you're probably thrilled that Gary and Nate love Star Wars. So DTD2, do the database 2. Do the database 2. What does that mean? It means you're just making sure that you're moving through 2 letters of your database each week. 2 letters times the 13 weeks in the quarter, 26. Nailed it. And then you start over again. So that helps you talk to your people verbally with your mouth. Should you choose to, in a 36 Connect, you're doing that 4 times, once each quarter. Not more than that. You're not going to henpeck them on the phone. And honestly, if you don't want to talk to them on the phone, then text them. Send them letters. Do whatever you need to do to make sure you're talking to your people. That's just a guideline for you. We're not telling you how to run your business. We're offering best practices. DTD2 is a best practice. We have veteran agents who have adopted this, and it has helped them build their database. And that's the whole point, right? Because when you're done, we're going to pretend that this is a thumb drive. It's not. It's actually a little thing called Peeps. It's for cleaning your glasses. I'm not an owner. I don't have any. This will not benefit me at all. They're not a sponsor yet. Let's just pretend it's a thumb drive. What if my little glass cleaner, my little Peeps, was a thumb drive? When you're done selling all of the real estates, you want that thumb drive to be full of all your data. You want to be able to take this thumb drive and somebody's like, I would love to buy your book of business. Now, if my thumb drive is 1 gig and has 16 names on it, it won't be as sought after as if my thumb drive is 32 teraflops and has all the names in it. So when you step away and you're able to say to somebody, hey, I would like you to take over my business, how robust will that data be? Are you going to have their name, their phone number, their email address, their physical address, their mailing address, their birthdays, spouse's name, children's name, pets' names, birthdays, all the things? And if you're thinking, though, well, God, all that data, that seems like a lot of work. Yeah. But you just gather a little bit every time you talk to them. I'm talking to my friend Julie. Hey, Julie, you know what? I just want to go a layer deeper on my database. And I'm making sure that I get all of my people to, if they're willing to, share their pets' names and birthdays. Because we're going to be doing some cool stuff coming up, which could be like you're sending out a birthday card. You don't have to have like a huge party for you could, though. We're going to talk to somebody today who focuses on people with pets, primarily dogs. The great Kate Grassi will join us today. And we'll talk to her about what she does. She's got a pretty cool little thing that she's been doing for years. Because people, if you ask somebody who's a dog owner, do you like your dog better than your person? I mean, it's probably a tie at best. So we'll talk to Kate about that. Anyway, focus on your database. Can't say it enough. Fill up that thumb drive. That is our job. That is our mission critical job. Fight Club is happening today. You can jump in there at 9 o'clock, kwfightclub.com if you are working on your database, if you need a place to exercise your DTD2. Also today at 9 o'clock, session 17. After today, there's 3 more, Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week, and we wrap up Ignite for this round. Session 17 with the panel at Atomai is happening today. It's make and receive offers. You can go to kellerignite.com for that. That's at 9 o'clock as well. At 11 o'clock, Latte with a Leader. This will be on Facebook Live. We also push it over to YouTube because live videos on Facebook only last for 30 days because Zuckerberg is a genius. My therapist has me working on that. Didn't that sound? Yeah. He's such a thoughtful and giving person. So since they delete the videos on FaceSpace, we push it over to the YouTubes so you can watch it whenever you get a chance to watch it. So if you go to our learning videos, right at the top of the hub, kwclmhub.com, you'll see learning videos. Click that. It takes you to our YouTube page. You'll see all of our educational stuff. Then you go to the live button and you'll see the quick starts there. You'll see Latte with a Leader there, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. That's simple. Kate Grassy today with myself and Brad Kelly for the Coffee with the Capper series. We're calling it Latte with a Leader. This is the ALC. So I'm going to go through our 6 brand new ALC members, and we're starting with Kate Grassy. That's today at 11. Today at 1 o'clock, midday protocol. That's where we have a conversation about what we did this morning, what you've done in the last 24 hours, our lead indicators, conversations, interactions. Then we want appointments set, right? And I'm not talking about hair and nails, no judgment. I will be in a barber chair tonight at 6:20. I go to the barber all the time. I'm not judging people for that, but that's not the appointment we care about. That's not moving the needle for me. Appointments to sit with buyers, sellers, investors, to sign them into your business. That's the appointment we're talking about. And then, of course, signed agreements. Have you signed a buyer, seller, investor, or a purchase and sale? Those numbers tell us how we're doing. It's that simple. And then we've been having a conversation this week about Jeff Woods, our dear friend, Jeff Woods. He has written the book, The AI-Driven Leader, and we're talking about AI this week and how it's a great tool for leverage and how it's growing day by day. Marcus Catkin said this in a meeting within the last year, and it was so sharp because he's so sharp. There was the internet. Like we all got excited. I mean, we're thinking like day one internet. We're talking 14.4, 28.8, 56.6 if your parents had money. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your grandparents. And then we got like the internet. Now it's on my phone. I'm cruising around, like everything we've known up until the last couple of years. And then all of a sudden this thing, OpenAI, came out with this thing called ChatGPT. And now there's Gemini and Claude and Perplexity and a million other things. And we went from a search engine optimization on our notoriety on the internet to an ask engine optimization. How is your AEO? This is really Internet 3.0. So if it's not something you're into, I'm not saying you have to drop everything and become a student of it. I'm telling you, some people are. We've got a wonderful agent in our ecosystem. Her name is Terry LaJoy. You probably know who I speak of. She's a phenomenal agent, been at it for years, and she's doing a whole boot camp right now. She is going to be jumping back on. She was just on Coffee with a Capper within the last handful of weeks. She's going to come back on and do another episode with me just to talk about what she's learned. And then she's putting a class together. So I would invite you when you see that on the calendar, and not that we're not having conversations with KT and Maggie and all the people at KWRI down in Texas, and we're going to talk about it next Sunday at SocialCon. It's going to get discussed. She's going to be in the training room in Portsmouth. She's going to roll you through the brass tacks of what you can do just to create some leverage for yourself. There's nothing in real estate you have to do except make sure you get your escrow check to the MCA department. And obviously, do your paperwork. All right, so there's 2 things. Keep up on your CEUs and stay out of jail. 4 things. All right, anyway, we're never going to tell you how to run your business, I guess is my greater point. And if it's just you and Mittens, tell her I said hi. She looks great. If it's just you and Mittens, maybe AI could be a wonderful resource. Maybe. Just a thought. So you can join us for the conversation we're going to have for about 15 minutes at about 1:15 during the 1 o'clock midday protocol. That's today. Go to timsoffice.com for that. Then the one and only, one of the best managing brokers on planet America, Jason Westcott's going to walk you through Back to Basics, KWCLM Forums. That's Keller TV. That's today at 1:30. Then after that, I need you to behave this weekend, help some people this weekend, take care of yourself and your family this weekend. And if there's anything we can do, let me know. if I can help. 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. Mind you, as we get into next week, you're going to see the calendar gets pushed out a couple of weeks for me because my face will be in Atlanta. Don't hesitate to book time. Don't hesitate to reach out. The entire staff's here to make your life here, your experience here, your career here a little bit easier. So if we can help, don't hesitate to ask. Look forward to seeing you around the Market Center and the internet. Have a fantastic day. Take care.